Where's the standby music at, Bestie?
Oh, true. You know what? That's a good point. Let me put some music on.
The music.
And it's going to be RTF music.
Yay.
Yay! Oh, wait. Do I have a playlist of just RTF music? I
I
don't.
don't know.
I don't. I didn't think about that.
So sorry. Let's see.
I have this playlist has like a lot of copyright free music because it's like my
Okay.
streaming playlist.
That's fair.
Yeah, so we'll just do that so that we have something in the background. Hello,
Yay.
Rona. So since we
Are we
had
live?
yeah, we are live.
Oh, okay. I'll be.
Well, I was gonna ask you. So this is really scuffed. So if we have 7 things to give away, how often should we spin?
How about every 10 minutes?
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Mhm.
Because this will probably be about an hour. Oh, I need to go to my Twitch to like edit my. Is it here? Yeah, we're gonna edit. Oh god, we got a lot of people. I'm not playing Overwatch 2 with Keith Bloward right now. We are 2nd anniversary. Or
You lied?
Shut up, flowers. I actually wonder if Remember the Flowers is in the categories.
I don't know.
It is not. Can I just do like visual novel? Okay, you know what? We're just not gonna have a category. No category. There we go. And then, do you need me to tweet on the RTF Twitter?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Did you already make the announcement in the server? You did, Poggers. Oh, did you add everyone? Yeah, you did. Okay. So... Very, very scuffed. The 2nd anniversary stream for Remember the Flowers is live. Oh, uh-oh. I think I accidentally closed my window that had the music. One moment.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry. At least I didn't close everything else.
I posted the wrong link.
Yeah.
It's fine. I fixed it.
Let me put back the music. There we go.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. We're professionals here.
It's fine. We got this. Oh wait, so
100
we're live right now?
Yeah, we've been live for a couple minutes.
Oh,
I said I went live.
listen. I was only half paying attention.
Let's see. The 2nd anniversary stream for Remember the Flowers is now live. We'll be spinning the raffle wheel every 10 minutes or so. We have about 7 prizes to give away.
Bear with us, everybody. We're almost there.
Hope to see you there. There we go. Oh, I almost misspelled the name. There we go. And you know what? Here. There we go. Professionals.
It's fine.
Let's see. Oh god, the stream. There's so many people in the chat now.
It's fine. We got this.
For people following, I apologize. I might not be able to thank everybody.
Yes, thank you all so much for showing up.
Yeah.
This is This is actually very
Very
minute.
last minute. I thought about this like
So-
2 days ago.
I almost pushed you to be like, we could just wait like a week.
Yeah,
But I'm like, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's pretty low key, I feel like.
Mm.
If y'all are having any like audio issues or technical issues, let us know. So we'll probably the roadmap, quote unquote, is that we wanted to do like a Q&A for like the first time. I had some like trivia I wanted to share, although looking back at it, it is also kind of scuffed because it's just a bunch of like random facts. It's more like facts about RTF behind the scenes than like real trivia. We had some announcements to make at the end of the stream, and obviously they're the giveaways.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I can't believe it's been another year already. I know. That's kind of why I was so taken aback. Dax is following. Love you, Dax.
Dax is following you. Hi, Dax. And Steve's already here.
Steve, hello.
He told me to take this more seriously. My bad.
Oh my god. How do we start? What do you want to do?
First of all, like I said, thank you all so much for joining us on the 2nd anniversary of RTF. Can't believe it's already been 2 years. Or I guess for me, it's been like a year and a half. But
Well,
for Jerry,
it's strange to me because like it both feels like it's been that long, but also feels like I just started like yesterday. Still,
yeah,
that's kind of why I was so blindsided when somebody. Oh, Kaleo, thank you. That's kind of what's so blindsided because time moves by really quickly when you're working like almost every day.
it sure does. I was looking at like chat logs today, or like whenever we got files from people, and it was like literally like a year ago that like I've got some music from Steve and some art from John, and I'm like, oh my god, it feels like that was literally like yesterday.
Well,
Very strange.
It's funny you mentioned that because yesterday I got a DM from one of the first artists we hired who did the Cooper underwear CG, and he's like, oh my gosh, can I like do that again? It's been so long. I'm like, what do you mean? It's been 2 years. Oh,
Yeah.
has it really been 2? It's been over 2 years because that was back in April of 2021 because obviously that was before I released it.
Mhm. They probably went to the RTF, the itch.io page, and they were like, oh, my art from like 2 years ago is on front page and center.
I hope that's not how they feel because I look at that piece and it's like one of my favorites just because it holds so much fucking nostalgia. Oh my god, Creeples. Okay, thank you for the subs. I didn't think that people would subscribe today. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I hope that y'all enjoy the emotes.
Yeah, what's the artist name again? Hackfurs?
It's Hackfurs, yeah. And he's really sweet. And I kind of want to commission him again in general, but he's been really busy.
That's fine.
He got like really busy. Around the time we started RTF, I think he got real busy. Oh my god, my first hype train.
Everybody gets busy.
Everyone use your Prime subs if you got them. Kaleo, stop!
It's fine.
So do we want to just like jump into like a Q&A, or do we want to like how do you think we should do this?
I feel like we could probably jump into the Q&A. Like if I wasn't here last year, so I don't know how to play it out.
We didn't, because this is the first time I'm really doing a Q&A. I've always been... Oh god, I might need to turn off the stream notifications for the subs.
Oh lord.
Oh god. I wasn't expecting people to... Oh, that's my... Ah.
What are you doing?
I'm doing my best. That's what I'm doing. Hang on, I gotta go to stream alerts. I'm gonna turn the sub notifications off this one time. I never thought of it. Yeah. Well, it's because somebody gifted a ton of subs, so I'm like, oh my god, there's so many noises. Default. So we're gonna save that for now. Thank you so much for the subs. I didn't really plan to get any subscriptions today. There we go. I've never done a Q&A before, and I'm kind of glad we're recording this because, or I mean, the VOD will be saved, and I'll probably just download it from there. But
Right.
I've always been scared to do, like, I feel bad when people ask me questions about RTF, like what would happen here, here, or here. I have an answer in my head at the time, and then I'm like, well, I'll have to stick with it because it'll be kind of canon, quote unquote. So I've
Right.
always been worried about answering questions like that. So I think a live recorded stream might help in that department, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, I won't answer plot-related questions, and if I think something is plot-related, then you'll know it's plot-related.
We'll take it one question at a time.
Yeah. Excuse me. All Q&A questions are... oh, true. Disclaimer. All Q&A answers are subject to change. Canon is not real. Thank you, Steve. I think that's a good point. If I say something that contradicts something in the future, I think of new things all the time for the story, so it might just happen.
I sure do.
I have a question about Ring from a friend. Okay, who's your friend? Kaleo.
Oh God.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time. That's how you pronounce Kaleo? Yeah, it's Kaleo.
How are they saying it?
I will take this to DMs. No, it needs to be on stream, Bestie, so that people can see it in the VOD.
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat.
Unless... oh, yeah. Kaleo. No, it's Kaleo. I wonder if I should... I don't think the chat's going by too fast.
No, it's fine.
How long have you had the idea for RTF by Squirtle1208? Let's see. It's, to be honest, RTF was conceived like less than 4 months before it came out, which was if anyone's making a visual novel, no matter how short you think it is, you need to prepare. Looking back, I jumped the gun too fast and released it really fast, but take your time making your visual novels. But
yes,
it was only the concepts in my head were only around for a few months by the time RTF came out. I would ask, what was your inspiration for RTF by Daryl Saber? My inspiration at the time, I think I've gone on record saying this, especially in the interview when we had with Nero, that I think the visual novels I read at the time, a lot of them kind of, I don't want to say like tropey, but I think we're all in agreement that the My Wolf thing got kind of rampant around that time, which isn't to say like it's not that big of a deal because I like wolves. I was eating out the whole every day, but I was like, what if I made like a wolf? Spoilers. What if I made a wolf that's not a good person?
Oh,
It's crazy. And I wanted to see people's reaction to it, and I was like pleasantly surprised by how many people really liked it. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of broken hearts because of, including me, for a little bit. I didn't know about that betrayal until you just told me one day.
Because I think for anybody who asked, I just said, oh, he's gonna be out of the plot for a little while, and that was
exactly what you said to me. That's exactly what you told me. You said he's gonna be gone, and you're gonna hang out with these other people for
that's
a long
right.
time. They'll come back eventually.
I showed you
or
the
something
concepts
like
of the crew, and you're like, well, who are these people? It's like, oh, they're like the people Cyrus is gonna hang out for a little while. 2 days later.
Kaleo DM'd me.
Oh.
He said the chat on the stream is broken.
The chat on the screen is broken. Oh. Let's see. There we go. Thank you, Kaleo.
But yes.
Because I think for Cooper specifically, I wanted I kind of worry that some artists are afraid for characters to do bad things, like long-lasting plot things, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with Cooper. It's like the first person you meet is he does something bad, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Is it? Is it okay? I was about to say. I don't know about that, but
I have my stream chat on my OBS pause, so I can try and like go down. I apologize, we got a lot of questions. Okay, so out of the ones you can tell us about, what do each of the guys like to spend their plumes on? Do they hoard or splurge on stuff? Do any of them buy embarrassing collectibles? Going down the list, I think that, let's see, Silver, he loves knives, like, he's a knife guy. Kanto loves to buy, like, really old tech and, like, fix it up. He and Axel like to do that together specifically. Axel, he probably likes to buy cookbooks, new things that he can bring to the restaurant and the bar. Corinne, probably more things she can blow up. Or like gym equipment, because she probably breaks a lot of her own gym equipment for using it too much, so she probably buys that a lot. And as for Cyrus, since he hasn't really bought anything for himself, I guess that's to be determined. We know Cooper is the bottom from previous. This is a question about Aaron's position. Aaron's like a hard verse, depending on what his clients need him to do.
Makes sense.
As what I was thinking. Ooh, this is a good one from Long Dragon. How much of RTF's story had been planned out when you released the first build, and how much are you coming up with now? So I figured out the ending for Remember the Flowers before I even started writing it. I think that's a really important thing for a writer to know how it's going to end and build up from that, because I heard there's a project going on where the dev didn't know how it was going to end, and I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. You gotta commit, or it's helpful to commit to things.
Yeah, I think if you have the ending planned out, that helps you pave the way to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a writer. I'm just assuming.
Let me see. Is it stressful making updates? In a good way. I have ADHD, and if I'm not stressed, I won't ever get things done. It's both a blessing and a curse, but there's nothing more satisfying than stressing out only to release a build and seeing people's positive reception.
Oh yeah, there's like it goes in the same order. Jericho will write it, we'll have Azzy edit it, and then Jericho will go over the edits. While he's doing that, I'm reviewing the script, and I get in contact with like the artists and try to figure out what we need for this like next build that's coming out. So it's kind of like multiple things are happening at once, but me and Jericho manage it at the same time. So it's not as stressful as it could be if it was just Jericho doing it all by himself. Multiple people are managing.
Yeah, which has helped. When it first started, when it was really just me, the couple of artists I was working with, and Azzy, because I did all. Y'all probably could tell I did all the coding myself early on because it looked jank as fuck. But a lot of the reason it looked like it was, I kind of like, I had a deadline to make, quote unquote. So like every month, I just kind of made sure it was presentable and it worked. I didn't have time to worry about the aesthetics past a certain point. So thankfully, when Orion came in and actually made it look really, really good, mwah.
Yay! It's a lot of work.
Let's see.
And even when I jumped in, I was kind of like still learning myself. It's all good now.
Why use a VN as the medium for the story versus comic or fully writing it? So, comics are really expensive because at the end of the day, like a visual novel is really cost effective. You get a sprite, you can use it forever. You write a comic, you have to redraw every single panel, every single page. And it's constraining for a comic because there's only so much you can actually say in a comic. Meanwhile, for a visual novel, you can really like say as much as you want. As for why it's not fully written, I'm personally someone with ADHD who has a hard time writing. I think I gravitated towards visual novels to help me read things I normally wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have read Ad Astra if it was just a written book.
Oh, absolutely not. Visual novel is like, I feel like a visual novel is like the good in between, like a novel and possibly like a movie and comic. I don't know. There's a lot more going on in a visual novel than just like a comic, because then you have to involve like the art and the sound design. It's it's a good comfy medium in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I agree. You can take it at your own pace. You can play around with it a lot more. You can be a lot more creative. You can be as creative or as, I don't want to say like as lazy as you want, but you can be as creative or as like chill as you want with a visual novel, because not every scene needs to be bombastic. Let me see. What was the thought process behind Cooper's design? So I wanted to make a wolf that would stand out, and I don't know why I thought of a yellow wolf at the time. I mean, here's a fun fact. Cooper, the name was named after a golden retriever I had growing up. Her name was Cooper. And I was just like, what if I made like a yellow doggo?
I didn't know that.
my mom, she knows a little bit about RTF. And when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, was that our Cooper? And like, yeah. Do you like writing good guys or bad guys more? It depends. I would say bad guys more, a little bit, because I think bad guys are a little bit more interesting to write. You don't have to be as safe with them. I'm probably going to rapid fire through these because we're getting a lot.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Let me see. I think the chat is frozen yet. Oh, wow, we're really far back if that's there. Why did you choose the presumably southwestern United States as one of the main settings and backdrops? Like Echo, I think the desert aesthetic was really cool, especially for the background we had for the menu. I think the train through a train through a desert, like, there's just something interesting about that. There's nothing there except the train tracks. So it would make sense for Cooper and Cyrus to be there for a long time by themselves without anything to do.
Yeah.
Jericho validating Cooper.
No. Yeah, the whole backdrop of the main menu that Jean did, the animation. Pretty iconic. Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, I remember, because at first it started in a high-tech city, but then I'm like, well, Cooper and Cyrus are going to be like hobos for a little while. They're traveling. They're trying to go somewhere. So I was like, the train, I think that's where I got the inspiration from. Train tracks in the desert. Echo probably helped with that too, because they did that too. Silver would have bought CSGO knives. He probably would have. How did you come up with the characters in Resistance? Was it different than anyone from Resume Cooper Cyrus? I had the idea that Cyrus, in the first few words was the crew, so they were concepted pretty early on. Granted, they changed a little bit from when I released them, but I always wanted like a found family kind of deal for when Cyrus like settles down and actually like just chill a little bit. Let me scroll down. Thank God I don't have to pronounce her name. Yeah, her name isn't Karen, it's Corinne. Which here's my like first like fun fact for my numerous anime references that inspired Remember the Flowers. Corinne is very Full Metal Alchemist themed, but not just like with her prosthetic arm. Her name and her real name, Rose, were named after a character named Corinne from Full Metal Alchemist, who made blue roses. A lot of names are probably references to something.
I don't remember that character.
She was in the 2003 Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, my memory's not good.
Well, exactly. It was like really early on. It was like episode 4 or 5. But I always liked that name, Corinne, and blue's my favorite color. I probably should have made her blue themed, not looking back, but I thought the red aesthetic would look good.
Red looks way better on her.
Let's see.
It's very striking.
What was your inspiration for Resume? I work in the medical field, and a lot of it isn't good. So I was like, I kind of want it. Resume is kind of a little bit of a critique on medical stuff. It's not perfect because I need to do more research every day just to make sure I'm like accurately figuring out what I want to do. Which character design was the hardest to make besides Cyrus?
We struggled on Silver for a while.
We did. That's a good point. Oh, damn. I wish I could pull up the concepts. Oh wait, do you have those somewhere?
I'd have to look for them real
Okay.
quick.
I'll look it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, Silver was originally supposed to be an actual silver fox.
Yeah.
Like gray and black and white. His design was very busy, and even though it was accurate to like a silver fox, I wasn't really vibing with it because of how busy it was. So we decided to go with this current color scheme, which is very simple. He looks more like an Arctic fox now.
Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit just to catch up because there's a lot of messages. Let's see. Was there any part of the story you wish you could go back and change? Almost like once a week, I look at chapter 2 and be like, I need to go back and cut a lot of that out. And because to be fair, it's a really big wall for people. Because at the time I was like, well, I have an idea of how I want this chapter to go, but I have to make a word count. I had to make the 10,000 words. So there was a lot of like scenes because it was Cyrus by himself for like a whole build pretty much, and I'll never do that again. I want to rip my teeth out like thinking about that. So probably when RTF is finished and like posted on Patreon and even posted publicly, I'll probably like go through it to make a definitive edition by editing.
Because I think Azzy also wants to go through it whenever it's finished.
Yeah,
and see if we
that'll
can,
be
like,
a fun
type
project
what
to
we
do
need.
together.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun.
Into the beginning of the RTF, was the dynamic between Cyrus and Cooper the same as it is now? Do you mean like when I first started their idea? Like the relationship between Cooper and Cyrus, I wanted it to be like Cooper. Thankfully, a lot of people like really like that Cooper is like kind of red flaggy from the beginning, and they're like, I knew it. I should never have trusted this man. I kind of wanted that to happen. Like for people to like be like, yeah, he has some moments, but I wouldn't want to be near him for an extended period of time. Here, let me scroll back down. Let me see. What are your thoughts on the lack of Platinum Fox representation in Remember the Flowers? I'll be honest, like, I know somebody who has a Platinum Fox persona, and it, like, oh, God, I don't think I could ever work with one. Like, I'm just kidding, Kaleo. I love you.
Got his ass.
Did you realize what you were doing when you made Silver so handsome? Is that Ice Fang? Honestly,
You know what?
Not really. It was kind of a happy accident that he turned out so handsome.
I like simplistic designs, and I thought his current design looked nice, but I also designed him. I chose the colors in the way that he would contrast with Kanto. And like these two look nice together. Well, because that's why I gave him like blue colors, like for some of his clothes, because I'm like, oh, that looks great whenever he's with Kanto. Little did I know they were gonna have relationship problems.
No, I think
later on.
I love people
You
being
didn't
like,
tell me about that.
I love people being like, oh my god, they're in their divorce arc. Aw. Let's see.
And I didn't know about the divorce arc, so I was like, oh,
Cooper's
I designed them to look nice together, and you did this.
Let's see. Dan is alive says, do you plan to ever update sprites? Honestly, yeah. I think a lot of the early sprites, which Orion graciously redid all of the Cooper sprites, and I think at the time I think people were apprehensive, but I've since seen people be like, oh god, he looks so baby before.
He was baby. And some people still miss the baby sprites. Like, yeah, I mean, I get it, but nah. Especially not with where the story is gonna go.
Yeah, agreed. Do you let's see. Who would you choose to voice Crystal? Ooh, who would be a good English voice actress for her?
Oh,
Christina V, maybe?
No.
No?
I know. Oh crap! I forgot what her name is. Hold on. There's one character, and she's a good voice actor too. Let's see. And the only one I remember, well, the one that comes to mind is this. She plays somebody in Agretsuko.
Who does she play?
She plays the bird lady.
Oh,
my
like
God,
the
I can't
crane?
remember her name. Yeah.
I remember what she sounds like a little bit, but it's been so long
I
since
love her voice.
Ooh, It's 5:30. Should we roll the first wheel?
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, let's bear with
Our name's it's Tara Platt.
Tara Platt. I think I know
She would
her.
be such a good Crystal, I think.
Alrighty, so here's the wheel. We'll do this for
Okay,
now.
so yeah, first drawing will be for one of the headshots.
Yes. So so we're gonna do. We have 2 headshots that Jean-Gear graciously will do for us. And then after that, we're gonna do 3 pin sets or 4. Is it 4 pin sets.
Yes.
We're gonna do 4 pin sets, which we might need to do like 2 at a time, maybe. Do you think?
We'll see.
Okay. And then
Starting now.
the grand prize will be the Cooper Daki at the very end. Needless to say, if you do win, you're going to be taken out. That's just kind of how it works.
Oh yeah.
Chat pause to scroll. Let me see.
He's gonna send men to your door to take you out.
We have 79 entries right now. I had to do this manually. There was a website I wanted to use, but apparently you had to retweet the post, and I'm like, well, it's been almost a day since I posted. It was too late.
It's too late now.
Next time I'll figure out a little bit better. But we're gonna do the first roll right now. Oh, honestly, this might seem kind of hyperbolic, but a little bit of an epilepsy warning. When you spin this wheel, the colors like really like blur together. So if that is a concern, I would look away. I'm gonna spin it in a couple seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
First one. Oh my god, it was almost Rev. I was gonna be like, oh no, Rev! Dumb bloodsucker.
Congratulations.
Let me see if I can find you on the RTF Twitter post. Let's say here.
And so we will contact the winners after the stream to get like the information and stuff that we need.
I'm gonna DM them right now through the RTF Twitter.
Let me see. Let me go through some of these questions in case we missed any. One of the very first questions was from Dax. He said, when are we getting a spin-off game called Benji Smooching Simulator?
When you want to work on the assets, we can work on doing that for this year.
Spin-off game. Spin-off game that Dax can illustrate. Let's see.
I'm going to just say, congratulations, you won one of the headshots for the anniversary stream.
Kaleo asked, does Ring love silver?
Yes.
Yeah, of course they do.
You won one of the headshots for the anniversary stream. Please provide a reference when you are able. Thank you, Jericho. I know when I made like the guidelines, I'd be like, you have to be present for the stream. That might be kind of awkward. So I'll just like confirm like after the stream, and if there's an issue, we can like do something on like Twitter as a giveaway. Get back to the Twitch stream.
Let's see.
So that's the first winner. We'll hide the wheel now. Let's see. You know the voice behind Junker Queen in Overwatch? I think her voice would be perfect for Karen. Honestly, yeah, I could see that.
Someone made a video reel. Remember? Made a video reel of people that could voice some RTF characters.
Who was the Johnny Young Bosch character?
Silver.
It was Silver. Let me think.
Which I love. Johnny Young Bosch's Silver. That's how I always imagine him whenever he's talking.
I gotta think who. I have to. That's a good one. Like who would Axel be?
Axel.
I've always thought of
Axel has
Cyrus being like
got
Todd
a deep voice,
Habercorn.
right?
A little bit.
That's a voice I haven't ever imagined in my head yet. Is Axel's voice, but I know he has a deep, calming voice.
Yeah, he has like a very nice like deep voice. Chris Pratt Axel. No.
He's got an ASMR voice. Actually, I don't know.
Patrick Sates Axel. Honestly, that would be sexy.
Wait, who's Patrick Sates again?
He does Dio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh Lord.
That's like,
Oh, that's right.
I mean, he does a lot, but I feel like that's like what a lot of people would see him as.
I'm not sure.
Let me look.
Keanu Reeves.
Which character is most likely to play high-level DDR if it exists? Probably, honestly, probably Silver, but probably Cyrus too, because he could like slow down time while he's playing it to get like the perfects. Jack Black as Axel.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked if Azzy was going to come by later. I feel like Azzy said they. Well, actually, I don't remember. I thought they said they were busy today.
I felt bad because I had another person who wanted to join, but I didn't. This was so scuffed that I didn't want to just like add a lot of people. I think next time I do this, I'm gonna have like everyone come in one at a time so that people can like talk to them.
Yeah,
like kind of like a talk show. But for right now, I think it is just gonna be me and Orion.
That's fine.
Let me see.
I have a question.
Was Silver influenced by Killua from Hunter x Hunter? Not really. Maybe like just a little bit from the assassin angle, but Killua is very... I love Killua as a character because he has every right to be the most like annoying, edgy little bitch, but he's just like a young teen going at life who has some
there's
trauma.
Azzy. Hi, Azzy.
When presented with the shopping cart dilemma, who out of the RTF chats would leave the cart where it belongs and who in the parking lot? I bet Axel, Cyrus, and Vita would put it back. The rest would probably just leave it there.
Oh no, I don't like those kind of people. It tells you a lot about a person.
Well, to be fair, Corinne would probably hold it all. Like, she would try to hold it all at once without a shopping cart. Because she's like
True.
that.
Very true.
Important question. Who would the main peeps main on Overwatch? Fuck. Let's see, Corinne, probably Junker Queen. That was easy. Silver, Genji, Kanto. Who's Techie? Maybe Sojourn. I don't know. That would be something I'd have to think about. Let's see. Hyena Blood. Okay, Steve, I could totally be making this up because my brain is mush, but if I remember correctly, you or Ryan mentioned we may do another Nero-style interview once the game is done, too. There's always, if people want to hear from like everyone, that would be fun. Like to do like an end of the visual novel interview.
Oh yeah.
It would
I'm sure Nero would like. Yeah, we'd have to ask Nero.
Let's see.
He did express at some point that he would like to do another one, but we haven't had the conversation again yet.
Let's see.
What about this one, Jericho?
Mm-hmm.
It says, how long does it take for you to write out a chapter?
I try to do it in a month. No matter how long. We had a couple that were only about 8,000 words, but I'm trying to get back to doing 10,000 words. On a good day, I can write about 2,000 words on that day alone. I can like power through it. So I would say if I didn't have a job or any obligations, I could finish a whole build in a week. Tops.
Oh yeah, sometimes you finish pretty quickly.
Yeah, I try. In terms of tragic stories, did y'all have any influences for RTF by local goat boy? Honestly, this is probably no surprise, but Soma really inspired me. For like the existentialism of being in the future, but also being stuck in the past, and then having it all like crash down on you. Love Soma. Did you ever think of secretly adding in a self-insert to the VN or any mods that help with it in there? Kind of what Anda did with AFCL. I've actually been toying with that back and forth. I've wanted to do like big group scenes, and I might just like instead of just like commissioning someone to make a bunch of designs, I might just ask some friends to like be put in the background as cameos. But
Oh, I mean art-wise?
yeah. I think for self-inserts, as much as I'm kind of against doing it myself because I don't want people to be disconnected from the character. And I don't know. I don't know. If it was, it'd just be like a cameo. It wouldn't be like a prominent character.
Right.
Let me see. Silver versus Koromaru in a wrestling win. Who would come out on top? I mean, realistically, probably Silver.
It's Koromaru.
He's just a little dog.
100%. Oh.
He's a little Shiba Inu.
I know what dog you're talking about.
Somebody says, it's not somebody, Bagel asks, why are both of you gay?
Bagel! Get out of here.
Question, if Axel and Damien can meet, would they get along? Ooh, that's a good one. I've toyed with the idea of like the Resistance crew in an AU where they existed at the time before the fall. And the idea I had was like, the only concrete idea I had was that Cooper was a loner and nobody liked him. He was that guy in college where nobody wanted to be near him.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw a question. Wait. It said, have you guys had a favorite character that you think about more than others or wanted to develop more than others? Who's your favorite?
So, like, I have a couple of favorites, but I won't announce it because parents don't have favorites.
True.
But I've wanted to, I don't know if this is like spoilers or not, but I've been really meaning to put Corinne more in the story to like flesh out her background. Because I have like her backstory in my head, I just don't know when I'll have a chance to put it in.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, what about you, Bestie?
I think you know this one already. I have Silver is my absolute favorite character. But I think that's only because I know more about him than I should. And so I'm desperately waiting for more Silver backstory to come eventually. And also kind of sometimes I'll nudge Jericho and be like, hey, we should, whenever we get to the whole Silver stuff, we should do such and such with that.
Silver is like the only character
excited
that Orion actively like was like, hey, I had this idea, can we like talk about it? And I'm like, yeah.
It's because I don't know what it is about him.
He's your baby.
I think it's just, I think I say this only because I know like where his character will go. But I'm very excited to see more Silver stuff.
Let's see. How do you deal with burnout? I deal with it, unfortunately. I think at the end of I think I've compartmentalized RTF enough where while I do have a lot of fun writing it, I've also been like, okay, this is like kind of a responsibility as well. I just kind of have to write. I have the ideas in my head. Just write it. If it doesn't turn out very well, there's always like in the future it could go back and fix something. But you kind of have to deal with burnout, unfortunately, when you do it, when you write consistently.
Yeah. So, man, I've had a little bit of my own burnout. Just, I think it's because I've been working on so many projects.
I was so worried for you. Like,
well, there was a period,
oh my god,
where I was like, I want to die.
No.
But it's fine. It's fine. It was. I think I only felt the way because there was so much to do for like chapter 15.
Yeah.
There was so much to do for that chapter, and I took on like more work than I should have. But it still came out good, great. And I won't do that again, or at least I'll pace myself better.
Yeah.
Next time.
I won't let you do that again.
Well, that sucked because whenever that came out, we were working on chapter 15.
Yeah.
But then Cleaved also had to come out, so I had to stop and work on like completely working on Cleave from the ground up, and then I had to help with Glory Hounds because that also came out, and so it's like very suddenly there was a lot on my plate. I was like, oh shit.
It was rough for Olion, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but I'm okay now. I'm as tired as I usually am. Not because of this, but just because I'm a tired person.
Same. I'm also very tired.
Mhm.
With Ryan here, what are the thoughts on a lion character in RTF?
You know what? We need to introduce a lion. We're gonna make a lion character. I'm not gonna let you say no.
Well,
There's
we
gotta be
have
a
one
lion
in
character.
the first gym scene. So
Oh,
like
yeah,
we could get like art, like a background piece with the lion in it.
We'll commission Gray,
Yes.
and it'll be a scene with it'll be that scene with Cyrus and Rose, and you'll see the lion, the lion jock in the background. Like, yes.
Are there some things that someone of the same species can't do? And say like, some can smell good and some can. Probably. I'm sure like some wolves don't smell as good as Cooper, and some wolves probably smell better than Cooper, and that's not hard because Cooper smells really badly. What
Not
does?
anymore.
True. He's gotten multiple baths.
He's got public showers now.
What does the process look for publishing a chapter, from drafting to writing to having art, music made, editing, and all that? That's a great question. Once I finish the script, like the rough script, I send it to Azzy, and then Azzy edits everything, gives me the edited copy for me to like, because they give me all the suggestions to go through to make sure it's like, hey, you need to do this, this, and this, reword this, rewrite this, rephrase this, which that's probably like the part that takes the longest, because I have to like sit in my own head being like, how do I make this work? Once that's done, pass it on to Orion, and we work with the artists for what we need.
Yay!
And
Cherry, it's time
it's time.
for another one.
Oh shit, you're right. So we're gonna do the
Yeah.
second. We're gonna do this. Second.
Oh! Whoa! I saw that.
We're gonna do. So I think this will. Okay, that will remove Bloodsucker. So time for the next wheel.
Second headshot. And
It is going to be Scion Rizian. Let me DM y'all
Yay.
you on Twitter.
congratulations.
Congratulations, you won.
You won. Congratulations. Let me look for another question while you're doing that.
Let's see, I'm just gonna copy and paste my last message. Work harder, but not smarter. There you go.
This one says, why is the VN called "Remember the Flowers" by Languid Prince? That's answered in the VN.
Yeah, that's a plot-related question.
Yeah.
I wanted people to wonder what it was, and then when it happens, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
huh."
Yeah. I don't even think I knew. I didn't know the answer to that. Well, actually, no, I think I did. I don't remember. Let's see. What else?
What's your favorite moment in RTF that is available so far?
I can answer this one.
I think the time
I can
capsule
answer
scene.
this Oh, yeah. Oh, that was my answer.
Damn it! I mean, great minds think alike, but like that was
Yeah.
probably the most excited since the betrayal I had been to release a build.
I was so excited to get to that scene. I waited for it.
Scion's in the chat.
I had waited at. Oh, hi.
Hello. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yep. You got a headshot. If you could DM me a reference on the RTF Twitter, I'll send it on to Jean, and then he'll get back to you at some point.
Yay.
Yay!
But yeah, time capsule scene. I knew about that scene since chapter 9 had happened.
Yeah.
The big reveal, because you told me about that prematurely. I was like, oh, I want that scene so bad. So I had to have waited like at least 4 or 5 builds. before
I
ever
kept
got
pushing
to
it
that.
back for the plot, like pacing, and Orion's like, "No, I want to do it." I'm like, "You gotta
I
wait."
like, please.
Oh,
It was such good. Yeah, that one changed a lot too. You kept, because I think it was originally you wanted the build to end right when they get to the house, and then the scene would go on to the next build.
yeah.
But I think the way you did it worked.
Because I think the build was a lot longer because we decided
Oh,
to do it all then,
yes,
which I think was a lot better.
yeah, it was good. It was good build up, I think. And it was such a phenomenal scene. Oh, it made me cry. I remember we streamed it with Dax because he wanted to.
And you
We were doing a practice.
crying.
We were doing a practice, or we wanted to see people's reception, so we streamed with Dax and Perp, And once we got to that scene, I knew it was coming, so I was reading it, and I had to like stop and like, can you read this, Dax? Because I was already like choking up
Wait, holy shit.
because I knew it was coming.
Starfall is literally playing right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm. Yeah.
Has there been any Evangelion references in Remember the Flowers? There probably has.
Oh, there has.
There has it. Do you know any off the top of my head? Because I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Well, remember Vivian said she used to go by like Lillian
Oh,
or
Lilith.
something, or
Yeah.
Lilith.
Yeah.
Lilith,
Which, I mean, that's just like a normal biblical reference, but I think I did specifically
sure.
pull it from Evangelion.
I'm pretty sure you literally said to me, "Ha,
Evangelion reference. There's a lot of anime references. Spoiler: there's a lot of JoJo references, some of which haven't
Game
really shown up yet.
Yeah.
There's one Sword Art Online reference, which whoever can find it gets a cookie. It's the name of a place. That's the only hint I'll get. I'm sure there's others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Let me see. A scaly question. Is Schmidt dead? I know he's in Hassel, but when I read Crocodile wearing cowboy hat, I just got... He's probably not dead. He probably just had... His knee probably got fucked up, considering it got, like, spun around. Because Cooper...
We like snapped his leg in half.
Well, the idea...
was always...
the image I had was that he, like, pulled it back, right?
I
So,
see.
so it, like, snapped... Yeah, you know what? You're right. It snapped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably can't really walk with that leg anymore.
In my head, he just bled out. Internally.
JoJo. No way, Jericho. Please tell me next build there's a JoJo reference. There is a JoJo reference in chapter 15. Yeah, there's a couple. I'll say that. That's all I'll say. Let me see. I don't know if anybody on the team is as FF14 poison as me, but off the top of my head, I'd say, oh, thank you. I saw that question before. I'm like, I don't know much about Final Fantasy 14 yet. I'm just starting to get into it. I spent the whole morning making a Hrothgar because I saw a mod that was really cute.
I got a question. Mm-hmm. It said why didn't you change the menu since Cooper is not with Cyrus anymore?
I kind of wanted to during certain big plot beats, but at the end of the day, Jean is so busy with school and real life that it would have been really stressful. It took almost like 4 months, no, maybe not that, probably 3 months for the first one to come out. Mm-hmm. And now looking back on it, I kind of like how people will keep reading it, but every time they open it up, they go back to that beginning scene with them and think of like, wow, how things have changed.
Oh yeah, I like that too. Someone here asked, like, what's your favorite song from RTF?
Ooh. This is kind of a cop-out and maybe like a bad answer. Zenith is probably my favorite, but we haven't actually used it yet.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't used it.
I haven't had it. We haven't figured out a good... It's such a good song that needs a great time to use it.
Well, it was made before development of RTF, wasn't it?
No. This was like the August, like 4 months into RTF. Or maybe 2. It was 2 or 3. It was like the summer of... It was before the betrayal scene, I think. Was it? I don't remember. Maybe it was August of 2022.
Yeah.
2021. I had to go back.
I have 2 favorite songs.
Yeah.
I have Starfall from Mo.
Bass.
He sent us like the sketch for that was just like a couple, like he did some strums, some chords on his guitar, but like immediately I knew, I'm like, oh, I want this to be, I want you to keep working on this one. And so it turned out really well, so much that I was like, we extended the end of chapter 13 so that we could play that song longer, which I think still worked out. It worked out in Spend It though.
Agreed.
I liked how the scene came out.
I loved the idea of Cyrus like leaving Aaron for a moment to like go walk in his desolated hometown on his own.
Yeah,
and feeling
that's one of
like
my favorite scenes.
Chapter.
My other song. My other favorite song is, I think it's The Offering from Steve, Hyena Blood. That plays whenever Cooper and Cyrus are on top of the train, where they're like talking to each other.
I don't think I've heard it. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, you didn't really get to. Well, that was whenever I took over and like
Yeah.
started changing the songs around and stuff. The offering, that there's something about that song. I can't really describe it, but it to me it felt like it fit that mood like like perfectly. It felt like a little otherworldly, maybe like vaguely romantic,
Mm.
even though I wouldn't say that scene was romantic personally. Uh, yes, that's the song that was playing on top of the train, Steve. Something about that song, I don't know. But I'm like, I listened to it and I was like, oh, I want to use this. I gotta use this for this scene. But yeah, those are my two favorite right now.
Sleepy. Have you ever seen a VN take inspiration from RTF? What's your reaction? I think a couple have come to me. The dev for Soul Creek, I think, was his comment. He was like,
Oh, yeah.
he really liked it and that inspired him. I think
Mhm.
I think Rio.
I think, yeah, Rio
Yeah.
said it inspired him to make one.
And it makes me feel great, and but also like that's so, it's kind of like disassociating, like to think people are getting inspired to make their own project because of something I did.
Yeah.
It's a very strange feeling, but a very good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like there was a few others, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. There definitely been a few that have like made like a little nod, like made a couple of nods to RTF.
Oh yeah, I forgot what that
they
one.
all are.
There was one. There's like a hand drawn one that like had like an Axel plushie in it. I thought
Yeah,
that was really
and a
cute.
Cooper. And a Cooper.
Was there a
plushie.
Cooper one? It's adorable.
Oh yeah, Roads Yet Traveled. I think it was called that made a nod to RTF.
I should read that.
I think even Burroughs has made a nod to RTF.
Burroughs, really?
Yeah. I don't remember the context though. Somebody was about to say something like "remember the something," and then they got cut off. They're about to say "remember the flowers," something like that. Yeah, it's a nice feeling. Like I'm glad that people
It makes me
are
feel
inspired to make stuff. Yeah.
Since it's a world with people with better sensory abilities, like Axel being able to hear Cyrus's heart, are there measures against this kind of thing? Like something that inhibits people being able to properly smell things? If something smells really bad, they probably can't smell it. Like something more overpowering. Like a sulfur bomb would probably get you out of anything.
Mhm.
Oh wait, this is a question from my own saying because I feel like it. So was sock music ever used in RTF? Oh yeah, 100%. Really early on, there was stock music, and I don't remember who came to us being like, "Hey, Bessie, you probably can't use that music," and I'm like, "Why?" It's like it's dumb TOS stuff that you don't want to get into. I'm like, okay,
Well, I think that was me.
was it you?
Well, because whenever I jumped in, I was still learning copyright stuff myself, and I was like, oh wait, we can't use this because because copyrights. So we had to I had to look around for like replacement music, and so I think that was also part of why we hired Hyena Blood to help us with music, because we needed some original stuff. But I think RTF was for the most part was public
Stock
domain.
music.
Not
Yeah.
not even public domain.
I think at this point, there's no stock music, right?
Oh yeah, it's all been replaced. It's all been replaced by all the composers on the team.
Ooh, this is a good one for us. Well, I'm hearing a lot of JoJo stuff. In that case, what are you guys' favorite JoJo characters?
Oh lord.
Oh lord. I've read 1 through... I won't spoil after part 6 because I've read part 7, a little bit of 8, a little bit of 9. See, I love part 2 Joseph. Caesar Zeppeli is my favorite character in all of JoJo, even now. Bruno, part 5, probably second favorite.
Mm-hmm. Just my favorite of like the JoJo family.
I think it's
Bloodline?
just, what's your guys' favorite JoJo characters?
I did like. God, there's so many characters I can't remember them all. I can say Kira is one of my favorite villains
good
in
taste.
JoJo. Yoshikage Kira, so good.
I finished rewatching part 4 with a friend who'd never seen it, and I went back and was like, damn, Kira kind of like made the whole part watchable.
Hey, I like part 4.
I hate the early part to part 4. I think it's.
I
Never mind.
can't believe you say this.
Next question. Oh, we can. All right, let's do another one.
Oh yeah, it's time.
So we're gonna give away one of the pin sets.
Yay.
We have 4 to give away. This is specifically if we find out that you're not from a U.S. or at least a North American base. Actually, it might need to be U.S. base because I don't think shipping's expensive nowadays. I'm sorry. But we'll figure something out.
Steve, how dare you?
What did Steve say?
Steve said part 4 is where I fell off.
Damn.
Really, Steve? Part 4 was great.
Let's see. Let's get to the wheel. Here we go.
He didn't even get to Kira.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Early part 4 is bad. I hate the Red Hot Chili Pepper arc. It's so bad.
Alright, here we go.
Oh.
What the heck? It's like right in between.
Anti-Scaramouche.
Yay!
Congratulations on your pin set. Oop.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to the RTF Twitter to let you know.
Mm-hmm. Let me look for another question real quick. How did y'all meet and start working on the VN? How did we meet?
I was thinking about that. Like,
I knew that we became friends because we both realized that we liked Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is that
And we
it?
started. Well, I think that's when we started talking a lot because we both started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With each other online. It was all history from there. So we were friends we were friends a good like 8 or 9 months before I started helping Jericho work on RTF. I don't remember how we met though. My memory does not go as far as like a week ago.
Same.
So, let me see. Oh, you already answered that one. Do you ever plan to update the sprites?
US base.
Eventually. Over time. Probably whenever there's an update that I don't have to draw new sprites for. Because lots of Arc 4 is introducing a lot of characters, and I have to make sprites for those new characters, so if there ever comes an update soon enough where there's no new sprites, then that's probably when I'll do it.
Okay, that's one of the pins. I kind of want to do 2 at a time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because we're already at the hour mark.
Yeah, we've not even gotten halfway through everything. So we're gonna do another pin set.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
Maja Magic.
Oh, congratulations.
Magic 1. Let's see.
This person says... No, wait, not that one. Getting lost in the chat, trying to find a question. What video games did Cyrus play as a kid?
He didn't play much because they weren't really his thing growing up. Is how I envisioned it. I think if he did play some, it'd be with his dad, but... Hang on. Here we go. Maja Magic. There we go. Get the Twitch chat back up. There we go. If he did play a game... Oh, we gotta hide the wheel. That's a good question. Like I said, he didn't play... I haven't gone super far into this as much as I wish I had, but he practiced instruments a lot more than he played games growing up. He liked playing the guitar, had the idea he might play piano.
What about this question? What do you guys think of the fan art that the community creates?
It makes me happy.
It's a lot of
It makes
fan
me
art.
happy. Like, I'll like every day I see something that kind of makes me it makes my day. Like when I'm at work
Wow.
and I'm super busy, like dealing with people all day.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see like a really cute piece of fan art and it's like, yes, this is what makes it worth going for.
Yeah.
People
And we'll
being
usually
inspired.
DM. We'll usually DM each other.
Yeah, if we see something, we're like, oh my
check
god,
this shit
Bessie.
out. Look at this. I'm like, oh my god, it's beautiful. Cooper fan art's always unhinged. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's no secret. Like before I wrote RTF, I was a big Leo simp from Echo. I can fix him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a big Cassius simp from Adastra. I can also fix him. And I wanted to do the same thing.
I agree.
I thought I saw something. One thing I was curious about is Cyrus wore glasses before, but he doesn't seem to need them now. He wears them for cosmetics. He wore them for cosmetics. He didn't really need them. He just liked how they looked.
Dork.
When Damien like saved up a lot of money to like buy him a designer pair of glasses. Kind of expanding on that, how do you guys feel about how much the game blew up in the Chinese gay furry VN scene? I find it interesting how it grew to the point where you have official support plus translations now. I think that's probably the biggest shock. I never expected it to take off anywhere outside of the US. And seeing like the love and support really makes me happy. And I kind of want to like interview somebody from China being like, so why do you think it's popular over there? Because I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Like, I don't know. I couldn't say myself.
I think one of our Chinese reps said that it's because of the lack of NSFW content makes it a lot more accessible. Because as far as I'm aware, you can't really have a lot of NSFW content like publicly.
You can't stream it at all.
Yeah. Said Cassius question mark? Yes, I love Cassius. Out of between him and Amicus, I like I like Cassius more than Amicus. I love Amicus. I just like Cassius more.
Cassius is my boy.
Like
I miss him.
I miss him so much.
Oh, Rio's here. He asked us a question.
Where? Let's see.
He said he's Malto Tiger.
Malto Tiger. I'm curious what VNs in particular have inspired both of you. You mentioned Adastra and Echo, but are there others? There's a particular VN I read at the time, but I've since distanced myself from that individual. It's weird thinking that he inspired me in a certain way, but he's gonna be civil.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But I would say that Adastra, Echo, I think those are the only ones I really read.
Yeah, I have. Well, you know what mine's is. Got my
Umineko.
Umineko and Higurashi Brain Rot. I think. Well, Morinatsu was my first VN.
Oh, same.
But I mean, it wasn't one. It's not one that I ever had Brain Rot for. It was the only furry vision novel available.
We do back then.
Yeah, but my first Brain Rot was definitely Umineko. And to this day, I still got that Brain Rot. And I will never give it up. I actually saw a tweet today. That was like, they're like, whenever you like Umineko and you have the Brain Rot for 2 or 3 years and then it calms down. I wanted to quote retweet and be like, nope, I've still got that Brain Rot 12 years later. Sorry.
We need to finish it. We're only 12% of the way done. If that.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Is there any character you find more difficult to write for than others, like their accents or dialogue?
Dialogue's hard.
Not really.
For me, it is.
Because I think I have a good grasp on how they would react to certain situations, and if they wouldn't react in a certain situation, they probably wouldn't be in that scene.
Right.
Nekojishi was my intro. Oh, I love Nekojishi.
That's right, you read Nekojishi.
I did. Nekojishi inspired my next visual novel a little bit, but we'll get to that later.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Duh.
Let's see. Even if hybrids are rare, will there be others besides Kanto, like a Liger? Oh, that would be a good idea.
Be interesting.
I haven't had any ideas so far, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was actually thinking about this Ice Fang when you earlier today, actually, but maybe this has been answered at some point in the past, but it's mentioned that Cooper has a weird quality to his voice, like a different dialect. What did you envision that to be? Honestly, I thought of... When I was writing that, obviously that was when I was first building the world for RTF, and I had this voice in my head for Cooper at the time when I was writing him then. I don't really hear it anymore because now I hear so many people like voiceovering for him that I just gravitate to those voices. But I think the reason I wrote that specifically was because it was like an early hint that he's somewhere different but also similar.
Ah, I see. Makes sense.
Crimson the Corvid is fanfiction allowed? Of course! Absolutely.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Unofficial fanfiction is like life.
right to your heart's content. Yeah.
We have Vita, but do you
Even-
plan to add any more non-binary characters or gender non-conforming characters? Probably. We have a lot of characters, like... In my head, I have a lot of characters who are going to appear that don't have, like, set appearances. So, probably.
Mm-hmm. I guess with that, like on the subject of fan art, it's like, I can draw whatever y'all want. Like,
Agreed.
yeah, you can if you want to commission someone to draw your character with an RTF character.
I do that all the fucking time, as most people know.
Do whatever you want. We're happy that you enjoy those characters so much that you want to draw up for them. Do whatever you want. We're happy.
Let's see. Oh, I got a couple of replies from the people on Twitter for the giveaway.
Ooh.
I'll probably reply to y'all after stream just so I'm not taking too much time because that's going to take some coordinating. So if you're here, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I gotta pee.
Well, if you need to go, I'll be here.
Do you
with
want to entertain the
questions.
chat for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a question here I can catch.
Alrighty, I'll be back, y'all. Orion's in charge. Behave.
Hold on. I don't remember. I already forgot if Malto Tiger's question about favorite VNs was. Did he say Echo Project? I mean, I've read every Echo Project VN so far. Echo is my favorite. It made me want to make VNs. And that's why I'm here now. I got to work on Arches, and that was like, it's kind of a dream come true. Because when that project started, I was like, oh, I want to help out on this one so bad. And so I did like a little thing for Howley, and then I showed it to Howley, and he was really excited. So that's how I got to jump on that one. Orion, do you think you'll ever do a VN of your own? I would love to do a VN of my own. But that would require a lot of work. I also need to learn how to write, unless I hire Jericho to write. But no, because it's like I don't want to interfere with RTF. But I do want to make my own VN. I already have like an idea for a VN. There's just so much planning that goes into it. Are the Anthros from Earth or space or something? Are you talking about RTF? VNs are a lot of work, especially if you have like a team, because then you kind of have to coordinate with everybody to make sure the deadlines are being met. And really, we're not even really like we really don't push. We always have like an idea for a deadline, but if like the artists are busy or the composers are busy, we know how stressful deadlines can be. And if we have to delay a build, or if we'll just save like an asset for the public build, we will. Orion, why is Chase your favorite? Chase is a very interesting character, and I mean, I can't really say much about Chase because you have to read Echo. But Chase is my favorite. You know how you got in contact with Jericho, but how did you reach out to the people being Glory Hounds and Cleaved? I think it's a good question.
I'm back.
I think, oh, welcome back. You're just asking me a question. about how I got into how I started working with Glory Hounds and Cleave.
Hmm.
I think both times I was personally just contacted. I think by then it had already been known by then that I was doing work on RTF, and they probably saw that. I guess they asked me if I'd be interested in like helping out, and so that's pretty much all it was. It's kind of how it goes. If you start working on stuff and people see your work, they'll probably be interested if they like what they see. Yeah, but welcome back.
Yeah. Steve says, I think that's how a lot of us end up working on stuff. Probably. Yeah, probably.
Well, I kind of I barged into Jericho's project.
Which I'm so thankful. Like, oh my god.
I didn't give you a choice.
It's true.
I forgot you were like talking about it. You were showing me it, and then I was like, wait, what if we do this? And like, because I think originally your project was like 720p, and I was like, let's make it 1080p. So I like redid the whole 1080p thing, but then I was like, wait, I want to do more, and it just kept going, and eventually, that's just pretty much how I ended up on RTF. I think it's time for another drawing.
Good idea. Let's do two more. Or I guess for the pins we can do. Or what do you think? Yeah, let's just do two.
What? We do two or one? We could do like one.
Let's do one.
Yeah. All right, third pin set.
It is going to Xander Kale. Oh,
Hey.
Oh, that almost went to Kaleo.
Poor I'm so sorry, Kaleo. Oh, congratulations, Xander. That name sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. I've seen that name a couple of times. I just don't know where.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. What was the inspiration for Benji, and how could you do that precious being so dirty? What was the inspiration for Benji? I think all we had to go by was that Benji was a Shiba Inu, and then
Yeah, I was like, I was just like, what if I made a big Shiba?
well, but then we had Dax design it. Yeah, so I think his design was a little different than what you originally envisioned.
Yeah, you had to pull me back a little bit.
Because I think you originally wanted Benji to be kind of like, you wanted his blue fur to be like very blue.
Yeah.
Like not realistic blue. because I guess characters. Well, I don't know if that's the thing that's been touched upon yet in RTF. Well, I guess you could see that with like Crystal.
Yeah.
How she has very like. Obviously, her fur color isn't her natural fur color.
Yeah, it's that. Which I think I meant to write that in as scene. I forgot. Oops.
That's fine. Actually, I don't remember. I feel like he did know. I feel like Cyrus did know that. I don't remember. But yeah, Benji was originally supposed to be like an unrealistic shade of blue.
Yeah, and Orion's like Bestie, and like what?
We got we gotta tone down the color.
Like,
because I guess in my head it's like RTF is still like in the real world.
Yeah.
I feel like dyeing your hair. Does Benji afford that? I don't think so.
Dyeing your entire body sounds like a nightmare, not gonna lie. That's why I think that's what I was trying to do, is like only like really ritzy people do it, because they can at least like keep it what's a good word? Maintained.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. So
Crystal's got that money.
She's swimming.
She sure is. She looks gorgeous. I've always asked questions. I've always asked Jericho, like, what is your natural fur color? But he never answered me. So I don't know. Maybe we'll find out one day. Who knows?
Oh god, yeah, Descendant is playing right now.
Which one?
Descendant.
Oh, good song. Oh, that's also one of my favorite songs from RTF.
It's spray on dye, like some people with spray on dance.
Did I miss any questions? Mm. I'm falling behind. Are the ones that did you highlight the ones that are highlighted?
No, people like send in like bits to do that, so they did that
Forgive me.
themselves.
Forgive me, I don't know how to use Twitch. I don't know what Twitch works.
Oh shit! I got to. Speaking of Twitch, I gotta put the chat back on. Here we go.
Oh. Da-da.
That's right. Xander is active in the server. And
Okay.
that's where I've seen that name before. Yeah, sorry. The stream chat will only update when I have that window up because that spoiler, that chat on the left is actually just me recording the window on my left-hand monitor because I couldn't figure out how to do it otherwise.
We're still figuring out this stuff. All right, no problem, Azzy. Thank you. What's your? Oh, somebody asked a question earlier. They said, "Are anthros from Earth or space or something?"
No. That's like, you know what? I guess that's something I could just like answer. There's always been like anthro people and humans on Earth in RTF. I know some people have wondered about that, but it's just kind of like, yeah, it's like BoJack Horseman rules, unless BoJack Horseman has like deep lore that I don't know about because I never watched it.
It's just, I mean, yeah, humans exist, furries exist. It's not really any deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is an interesting question. I think we missed it.
Ooh, Jericho.
It said,
go ahead.
Oh, it says, is there a plot point that was controversial within the writing staff?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of something.
Is there a scene that we had to
actually, yeah, it's in the next build, but I can't tell you why.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Chapter 16?
Yeah, no, the chapter 15. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, we pivoted, and they were like, "Bestie, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, there was a back and forth there. a plot point changed.
Yeah, but nothing that like somebody like quit or like threw a fit over.
No, I usually whenever Jericho changes his mind about like a plot point, it always takes me a moment to like gather myself around it because I'm like I know it's gonna happen, so I'm like, I don't know if we should change that. I think it should like remain that way. But most of the time, I'm like, okay, now that I think about it, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. There have been back and forths about future scenes that haven't been written out yet.
Mm-hmm.
About stuff that's going to happen to characters and stuff that's not going to happen for a long time. We've had our back and forths like, maybe it should happen this way instead.
Yeah, what usually happens is after a big plot point, we'll just like sit and call for like hours at a time and just like go back and forth on like how things should go in the future. That's probably about it. Jericho, do you ever lurk in chat and get ideas from what people say in there, or is the VN for the most part set in stone? The VN is pretty set in stone. I have seen a comment here and there that I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, but nothing like plot related. I do, like, spoiler, I do lurk in the chat every now and then just because, as most of people, including a lot of my close friends know, I don't have a lot of energy to really talk anymore, unfortunately. But so I do like lurk. I just when I'm home from a 8-hour day or 9-hour day, I wanted to be a streamer, but alas, my energy won't let me.
Oh, someone asked, when's the next chapter coming out? It should be out next Sunday, so a week from now. Yeah, there's a few things I need to finish, but
I need to finish editing chapter 16, but chapter 15 should be out next weekend. Yeah, publicly. Chapter 16 will probably be edited next week. Yeah.
Do you like giving fan service?
Well, Depends. It really, I love me some good fan service, but sometimes I've seen scenes that get, and whole VNs get like dragged down by certain like levels of fan service to the point I'm like, no.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, RTF is still a furry visual novel.
Yeah.
And furries are rabid for their furry characters. So me or Jericho might throw a bone because we know people love
Like
these characters.
Axel coming out of the shower shirtless.
With the towel. I remember that. There's always going to be like fun little fan service, but nothing that's going to like, or I should say, nothing that should affect like the plot or the scene in any way. It's usually it tends to be very brief.
Sorry, I'm vibing to the music.
I don't even know what you're listening to.
Listening to the Star Guardian playlist.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Questions. I'm excited for people to see chapter. I'm excited for the public to get to chapter 15.
Me too.
It's a very fun one to work on. Very tiring one to work on.
There's a lot of internal like stuff that a lot of people like have. I've had people who've worked on it make fan art and like, I can't post this and I'm really mad about it.
That's true. Someone says, oh crap, I missed it. How many people make up the team, including commissioned artists?
That's a good question.
That's a lot.
At least like 20 at this point.
Yeah, but not all of them are active.
No.
I would say that there are probably the ones that are usually most active is either going to be Gray, Dax, Musop, and then Steve and Mo. And it's kind of those are kind of like the active artists and composers at the moment. Because you've had many like concept artists, but we don't commission them all the time.
No, I think that's something I was really happy with setting in stone early on. Is like I'm personally fine with RTF having various art styles for CGs. I've always been a big progenitor or advocate for not only like style differentiation, but like I don't want anyone to get burnt out. Like it's not worth it.
Oh yeah. That's why the sprites are done the way that they are.
Yeah.
Usually with the sprites, it's like we will commission someone to design the characters. We will commission them to also like sketch out the sprites and the poses and the faces. But then I'll take that and I'll do all the rendering. I'll do the line art, coloring, the shadows, all that kind of stuff. So it's like not one person is stuck doing one thing. The sprites are probably the most stressful stressful assets to make.
Which character's background story was the most fun and or difficult to create? Fun? Probably Cooper, because a lot of it was built up until the betrayal. And then there's just like, and then Axel, like, obviously was up there in that. But difficulty wise, probably Axel and Cooper. Like, they're both the most fun and most difficult to create, probably.
No, for true. There's still some characters we haven't gotten to, their backstories and stuff that I'm excited to see in the future.
We'll get there soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, somebody said like, I get another VN had different art styles for the characters, and I do think that can be kind of jarring. So that's why.
Like the sprites.
Yeah, I think that's what they said. So I would like to go back and edit like Damien and Diana's sprites at the beginning, maybe. Just
for sure.
consistent.
Yes. I think we answered this one already. Who do you say is your favorite character currently?
You said Silver, and I think I said Cooper. Did I say Cooper?
I already forgot. I told you my memory's not good.
Probably Cooper. He's probably the most fun to write right now. Any future merch ideas? Yes.
Yes.
But that's as far as we can say. We have stuff in the pipeline. that is up to our distributors when we are able to announce it.
Yep, but there's definitely more merch coming. I can estimate when like the next one's coming out. Probably going to be the next like 2 months.
Agreed.
Probably 3 months.
Yeah.
Something like that. But there is more merch coming. That's all we can say.
Will there be NSFW merch? Probably not right now. Maybe one day. When RTF is finished, would you release like a word bible for the setting for things like writing fanfic? Oh, that could be a good idea.
Interesting.
That's something I should have wrote before I started, so that I could keep everything on top. But I could try and do that.
Yeah.
Muscalone.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. RTF is finished. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever have like full-on not safe for work merch.
Yeah.
I think the Dockies is as far as we would probably go.
Agreed. At least right now. If
Yes,
there's a demand
you
for
can-
it, maybe like after the VN is done, maybe if people are still
Right.
really want it, then we'll like just do it because fans want it. But maybe we'll do a poll because I'm not really into making merch for like my own gain. I just think it's cool that people want to buy it.
Oh, Jericho, it's time.
Yep. I'm going to get the wheel up.
It's the last pin set, right?
It is. This is gonna be the last pin
Okay.
set, and then in about 15 minutes we'll pull for the Cooper Daki. Let's see.
Who's it gonna be? Who?
Makrawa 469. I think
Congratulations.
Let's see. Let me go to. I have like 18 different windows pulled up to like DM people.
That's fine. Kaleo says, I think it'd be really cool to have an RTF concept art book with concepts and refs and little tidbits. I would love that. That'd be so fun.
I want to do that for sure, or I would love to do something like that.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, what is it? Makrawa 469.
Someone asks, well, you can probably answer this one because this is the one you wanted to answer.
Oh.
It says, do you have any future VN plans after RTF?
Yes. Spoilers for the end of the stream. Once we finish sending off all the prizes, we're gonna transition to stuff we have for the future.
Mm-hmm. This one says, question, without context, do you guys like the Kingdom Hearts?
That's a you
Yes.
question.
I do love Kingdom Hearts. I've loved Kingdom Hearts for what, 20 years now? Can't wait for the Cooper jacket.
Stop.
Okay, so this one asks, will there ever be short side stories for RTF at any point, or will it only be the main story?
At some point, I would love to go back, like, to insert stories that I didn't have a chance to do at the time. Because I've had a lot of ideas of stuff I would want to happen early, but I was just like, well, it's too late now. I think Hirohiko Araki does that really well with the Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan series.
Oh, I love that.
Because I haven't read a lot of it, but I've seen a lot of the beginnings and ends tie into the story at some point and expand on like the original parts. And I'm like, oh, it's a good idea. Like,
We've definitely toyed with the idea of there being short stories, like something you could access from like the extra menu, like mini short stories. Probably like, I think we said like what 2K words, worth
Yeah.
of, like little short story or something. Cute little scenes.
where's the stream? There it is.
This person asks. Steve says, I personally would love to see vinyl. I guess the soundtrack.
Yeah. It is probably really expensive. I do still want, I'd love, because for people who don't know me, I like to collect a lot of anime merch. And the things I like to collect the most are Blu-rays and soundtracks, like on CDs.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to pitch like a jewel case CD at some point of the RTF soundtrack.
Yeah.
But that's something that we'll have to figure out at some point.
Yeah, licensing and stuff.
Bye, Kaleo. Thank you so much for showing up. I'll let you know if you win the Cooper
This person asked, "Did you expect RTF to go so far as to significantly affect people's lives in a good way, both for the history and for the community that ended up performing?"
You can't see me right now, but I'm shaking my head. I did not expect RTF to take off like at
Oh.
all.
Not at all.
I was just like inspired to write my own story.
Mhm.
So I'm like every day I'm like super fucking thankful that I can both be creative and like let me turn off the wheel. I stream. I'm just really thankful that something that I was passionate in, like I have an English degree or a bachelor's, and then I have a creative writing minor in that, and I'm just glad I can apply that into something that I can like be productive in. It made like all that like worth it.
Oh yeah. I mean, when did I join? I joined during chapter 6, I think. And I think I had like part of me joined because I was like, I feel like this has potential, and I'd really love to get to work on a VN. But I did not imagine RTF would have gotten as big as it has. To the point, like we said earlier, that people were saying it inspired them to make their own VN, to give us nods to their other VNs. I did not see it ever. I never pictured it going like that far. So it's been an experience.
For any aspiring VN devs, I think it's a good idea to just kind of go into it without expecting anything too. I have seen some up and coming VN devs who get really disappointed like really early on that it's not taking off, and I'm like, I don't think it's not good for the creative process. I'd hate it.
Sometimes it can be not that much, but sometimes it can be like just like slightly overwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially because it also took off in like China. That's when we started working with the China representative on the translations and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, we are doing things. Oh, we have another question. It says, has Azzy been there since day one?
Yes. Azzy was one of the first people I approached. Azzy's been always super consistent and like amazing to work with as my editor. He always tells me he helps me with he's probably helped me write better grammatically. I say that, but I was looking at the edits I had to make. I'm like, oop, lots of stuff to edit. But Azzy's been always really it can be tough having people edit your work because it's like that's something you wrote. But Azzy's always really good at being constructive with criticism, being like, hey, this doesn't make sense. We need to let's work on this.
Always good. Azzy's always got good advice to give.
Agreed.
Oh, look, there's Mo.
Mo, hi.
Hi, Mo.
Hi,
Hi,
Mo.
Mo.
We're playing Zenith again. I might like replay the song because I love Zenith.
Yeah.
I'm gonna replay this one because I love Zenith.
But yeah, like I have exactly because I think I found out recently that Azzy's also editing another furry visual novel.
Yes, which
like,
I think is public knowledge, but I'll let Azzy answer that.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Because I did go to Azzy that one time and said congratulations. So I think it was announced.
Congratulations.
But also,
congratulations.
Yeah, Azzy's working on that one, and then one of my best friends is working on the sprites. I was like, oh my god, I want to read it. I want to read this. But I don't remember what it's called. I forgot. I already forgot. It's called Infinite Space or Infinite Space?
Infinite Space. I think it's like Infinite specifically.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called.
I saw somebody say something. You both have mentioned paying commissioners, but do you personally make a notable amount from RTF, especially with all the Chinese translation and all? We do take like a little bit for us personally because we kind of need it, but without going too nitty gritty in the billing, like we do, like I'd say like a good 60% to maybe like 70% goes back into the project.
Yeah, pretty much. It's because it's like
we never know what we might need.
Yeah, because like especially with like the current arc, this arc has definitely been more expensive than like the previous ones. There's lots of stuff that has to be drawn and done and music made. So I mean, RTF, yeah, most of the budget goes back to the artist. and we want to make sure everyone gets like compensated fairly.
Agreed. I'm very, very passionate about being able to make sure the people I work with get compensated.
Yeah,
I've heard horror
We want them
stories.
to be- yeah, we want them to be comfortable and happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do that.
Oh wait, where is it? Somebody said, will the recording of the stream be up after it ends? Yes, there should be a VOD, and unlike my other streams, which is just like me playing games, I'll try and save it to my desktop, and maybe I can try and upload it to like YouTube for people to watch later if they need to.
Mhm.
Happy, oh my god, Robin, yes, happy gay month. Trans rights, ooh woo. I'm gonna need a map of the RTF world because I have no idea where everything is. That's fair, and it's kind of a cop out to say it's kind of intentional because a lot of the stuff is very desolate and barren. There isn't a ton on the map right now, but at some point I should like actually get something drawn of like how it looks right now.
Yeah, I think that was something we toyed around with. Well, or at least it came up. The idea came up like in chapter 12, because that's whenever they're talking in the cafe about whatever.
Cut out.
It's also kind of like we have to find a concept artist that can do that.
Yeah, that's something I think that would go well with what do they call it, the word Bible or world Bible. That would go well like at the end once everything is said and done. Then we can probably do something like that. Isn't there a world map in Cooper's living room above the couch? Wait,
That's also regarding Cooper's room or regarding like Cooper's apartment. That's also a question that's never. I've always wondered myself. I'm like, where's Cooper's apartment at? Because we know he takes a capsule,
yeah.
like motel to get to his apartment. But I'm like, where is Cooper's apartment? Maybe that'll be answered eventually. Who knows?
Writing that down.
Where does this man live?
Bagel asks, can Jericho put the Madoka Magica Blu-ray on the raffle, please and thank you? No, I already told you I'm giving that to Sko.
No, it's mine.
Let's go. I'm giving it to Orion.
Thank you.
Do you ever have plan on having contact with the other continents or RTF? I kind of do, but that's like way later down the line. What's Texas looking like in RTF?
A desolate wasteland.
So the idea I had is that a lot of like the northeast stuff got impacted the most, while stuff in the southwest was pretty unscathed. So Texas is probably like okay-ish, as okay as you can be after that.
Because those are some of the like burning questions. They're like, how? Because we know what the 7 stars happened. So we're like, how much did the 7 stars damage?
As a Floridian, Jericho, can you make it canon that Tallahassee got obliterated? Steve, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Tallahassee is thriving.
Oh no!
Specifically Tallahassee. I'm just kidding. Not for long.
Oh no!
What happened to the other continents? That's not really been addressed yet, for the reason that they don't want anything to do with what the U.S. has become right now, because it's really unstable. Everywhere is like, I guess this is like a world building question, but I think this is an important question to answer. The US, or what is now where the US was, is very isolated because they were probably the ones who handled the catastrophe the worst. So they're, yeah, probably. I'm going to send everyone to Tampa, Florida.
Sounds accurate.
Resume.
This question says.
Oh, go ahead.
This question says, does Buc-ee's still exist in RTF? God, I hope so.
Buc-ee?
Buc-ee's? It's like this it's like a rest stop, like gas station, but it's like that huge one that's only like in Texas.
Interesting.
It's like they have like a million pump. It's basically like a mini like store. Not mini. You know, I'm having trouble explaining Buc-ee's, but
like a
Buc-ee's
Wawa?
is one of those places. I don't even know what a Wawa is. It's one of those places that you have to like visit when you're in Texas. Like whenever you're just going, you know, anywhere. I hope Buc-ee's survived.
When I'll come visit, we'll go to a Buc-ee's.
Okay. It's like there's one 40 minutes away. We'll go to it.
Let's see. Will we get a
let's see what we
hologram
got.
of the US map at some point? That could be fun. That would be good
That'd
for
be
like
nice.
a CG of Cyrus like in like research and stuff, but nothing concrete yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, we gotta look for a good concept artist.
true.
The problem is that RTF had its humble beginnings. So it's like a lot of the things that we wanted to do in the beginning of RTF we couldn't do because we didn't have like the budget or the artists to do it. But the team's grown and
Yeah.
RTF has grown, the budget's grown, so it's like we do want to like slowly go back and
Especially
add
in the beginning.
like new assets. Add new assets to the old stuff.
Does Hatsune Miku still exist?
Oh, jeez,
It's
a good question.
You know who would like Hatsune Miku?
Who?
Kanto.
Oh my goodness. Secretly, he doesn't tell anybody.
He found like a figurine, and as soon as he shows Cyrus it, like Cyrus's heart explodes.
Damn.
Does Resume have global influence? Probably just US based for right now. I haven't thought of that.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Last question from me. Does Kanto work as tech support? Yeah. People go to him and bug him all the time to like fix stuff for them.
Oh, sounds accurate. Poor Kanto.
Or the hot dog.
He's like, did you turn it off and on? I literally had that issue whenever I was at work on Friday. Somebody asked me, one of the new hires was like, my computer's not turning on. I'm like, did you turn it off and on?
No, how stupid do you think I am?
It's like, it just turns out that like somehow it got unplugged. Like the power source. I'm like, oh my goodness. Just check that cable.
Can Resume's currency be outside of Resume, or is it for Resume specifically? I think I wasn't super clear when I brought that up, but like just for like the record, they can only use it in Resume. That was inspired by Deadman Wonderland, how they had like currency that they could only use there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's a neat concept. Totally not an allegory for something.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. I think it's time for
I was
the
gonna
last
say,
raffle.
who's ready to try and win the Dakimakura?
Oh my goodness.
Let's see.
We're pulling for that Daki.
Where's the wheel? Alrighty, y'all. Get ready.
It's the last one.
3, 2, 1.
Who's gonna be the lucky?
Oh my god, Crimson! Congratulations! You've been a huge supporter for a long time, so you know what? That's awesome. That makes you really happy.
Congratulations.
let me DM you on Twitter.
I do recognize that name. Congratulations.
Congratulations, homie. That's awesome. Corvid. Yes. Boop, 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 boop. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have won the
This person. Someone asks, how much have you finished RTF? That answer changes a lot.
Sorry, what was the question? I'm typing.
Oh, how much have you finished RTF?
Oh, a lot of people ask this like almost every time we release a build. They're like, how much more is there left? And I'm like, it kind of varies. I think I would say we're safely about halfway done.
Yeah, but every time you say that, I'm like, are you sure? Because not because of like, well, because there's still so much we have to cover in the story. I could honestly see RTF going on for another 2 years, possibly. At that, because I'm estimating it from like how frequently we release the build, and how much story we cover in those builds. If I had to guess, I think Arc 4 will be finished by the end of the year, and then next year will be Arc 5, and then after that will be Arc 6. So I could see RTF going on for 2 more years, honestly. But I think it's hard to answer that question, honestly, because I mean, even when you write stuff, you're like, oh, I had to write more about this than I thought I did.
Yeah.
and I think that's going to keep happening at some point.
Just both a
So I
blessing
think-
and a curse.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard question to answer.
Let's put the wheel away because we no longer need it.
Yeah, that's all done now. Yay! Congratulations, everybody.
Somebody just said, so how do you get on the wheel? That was the last one. Sorry.
I'm sorry. That was the last raffle.
Next time we'll be a little bit better about the raffle. Like I said, the site I was going to use, apparently you need to retweet the post, and I didn't have that as a prerequisite. I'm like, I'm not going to redo it. I'm just going to do this, copy and paste all the names onto it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we?
Yeah,
I guess we can do like a few more questions.
Yeah, we're gonna start winding down from the questions. We're gonna go over the stuff we have planned for the future, along with some
Yay.
like big announcements.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. So what do we have? Since Cyrus has a thing for Axel, does he have a soft spot for big cats?
Probably. I know I do.
Yeah, I don't.
I think that might be
Me too.
author's voice coming out a little bit. I love tigers.
Me too, bestie.
Any thoughts of a prequel that is set just after the stars? That could be interesting. I bet
Could be
I think I have a
interesting.
character who I could do that for.
Interesting short story idea.
I'm sleepy.
No. How do you? No. I thought I saw a question. I think I missed it.
As somebody with a boyfriend who's sewn as a tiger, I get you.
Congratulations on your tiger boyfriend.
Excellent. So it was kind of a bait and switch. It's like, oh, you start with a wolf, but now we got a tiger.
Hell yeah.
Happy birthday, Snoopy.
Oh, happy birthday.
That is Maestro's puppy's birthday, or dog's birthday.
Yeah.
If you guys like tigers, what do you think of ligers? I don't know many. So
I don't
know.
I don't have an opinion on ligers. I don't think I've seen enough. Honestly. Yeah, you said there. Yeah, so the prequel idea could happen. Who knows? I know there's definitely going to be like there could be a short story that happens after RTF. I know that you have an idea for one.
Let's see. Were any other big cat species like lions considered for Damien or Axel? No. I had Axel. Like Axel's probably like the third character I designed because I love white tigers and I don't see enough of them. So I was like, I want to make one.
Ooh, there's another good question there that just popped up.
I know it's implied, but did Cyrus's parents and Damien die during or after the the fall? So I haven't written it, but I've always imagined that Cyrus's parents lived for a little while after the fall. Damien. Next question.
Don't want to get into that. 'Cause I think one of the few misconceptions about the Seven Stars is like, yes, I think, well, as far as I know, the Seven Stars, it probably did obliterate some cities, maybe like huge radius of cities, but it didn't destroy like every town or city ever.
Yeah.
Just like so many people died that I think there was probably disarray
Yeah.
and the country in general. And then some people had to fight for their lives because, I mean, the world was ending.
I had the idea that because Cyrus's house is like ransacked, like they see it ransacked.
Mhm.
But I left it vague as to what happened to his parents because nobody knows and never gonna know.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe a short story. No. We've definitely talked about the details of that, but I don't think we'll talk about that here.
If it happens, it'll be in the story.
Yeah.
All right, let's take one last nice, juicy question before we talk about our plans for the future. Let's see.
Okay.
Steve, I'm gonna have to write a really sad song again, aren't I? Probably.
Maybe.
Oh, here's a good one. Did Cyrus ever watch Damien play basketball when they were together? Would Cyrus teach his new friends the long last game? That would be a cute nod, actually, for Cyrus to teach them how to play basketball. Cyrus and Damien, or Damien and Cyrus, like, when they were dating in college, he went to a few of his games, but he, because I think in the first scene they said that he was on the Jumbotron, right?
Oh.
My memory's
I
real
think
bad.
so. I think that might have questioned, or might have happened.
So yeah. All right, that's gonna be the last question right now. It's been about 2 hours, and we got some announcements to do. So we've been working with a concept artist, graphic artist, for our studio name reveal. Since I've been making a new project, I decided that Remember the Flowers isn't going to be the brand. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be the only VN I'm working on. So
Right.
I think Orion and I decided that after Remember the Flowers is done, we'll rebrand like the Twitter and maybe the Patreon if it'll let us, because I don't know how to mess with Patreon stuff like that. But we'll probably rebrand it to Studio Blue Blossom.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So thank you so much, Killcat, for working on that. You were very patient while we were going back and forth on the designs.
Yes, thank you.
But speaking of future projects, because why would we get a studio if we've only been working on RTF? I hope my friend who concept artists these isn't going to be embarrassed or shy that I'm hosting or showing these ahead of time, but I've been sitting on these for a long time and I wanted to show them off. But I have the main character design or concept art for the next visual novel coming out probably after RTF is done. This is Atticus. That's as far as I'm gonna go.
Our boy.
I love him so much. When I finish writing RTF stuff and I have like a week or two before we like need to write the next one, I'll start writing the next character, or not next character, next visual novel. I'm kind of working on 2 at the same time right now, just so that I have, once RTF is done, I knew I needed to have another project. So I thought never too early to start. I learned that mistake the first time.
Oh yeah.
There's Atticus, and then
So good.
here is one of the main characters, another tiger. Who would have guessed? But
Yeah. Damn, look at him.
he doesn't have a name for reasons, but he's probably gonna show up a few chapters in, maybe like 5 or 6 chapters in. I'm trying to think if I have any other concept art for the next visual novel.
We could show them. Do you have the like the main menu?
Oh, I do. Oh, that's a great idea. So let me put away Tiger. First, let me get the design that Gray helped us do. Who at first he was just like an OC I wanted to make, and then I started thinking more and more. It's like, wait, any OC I have, I could just make a visual novel around.
Yeah. You 100% could.
Let's see. So bear with me while I drag this into the stream. Yep, he's big.
He sure is.
Bear with me while I try and
Oh jeez, he took up the whole screen.
He sure did. This is a last. This is
he's big.
This is Lucius, one of our early designs for him. I'm sorry.
You're being called out for your black sclera bias.
I do have black sclera bias, but at least in this one, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
There you go. There's Lucius. He's gonna be introduced pretty early on. There's John. I think I actually did post this one publicly before.
You might have. You posted some things publicly, I think.
I think when Gray finished it, I think I I tweeted about it on the RTF Twitter, but not a lot of people I think saw it. So I thought I'd like make it a little bit more pizzazzy. The bulge is so loud. Yeah, Gray and I were like, should we give him a bigger bulge? I think we should give him a bigger bulge.
What the heck?
As for the, let's see.
Yeah, so we're very slowly working on this one. Because obviously RTF's the focus.
Agreed.
So whenever Jericho has downtime, he'll sometimes work on this one.
Where's this?
Jericho is a Tanuki.
I am a Tanuki.
Someone's confused.
Let's see. Did he color it? Yeah.
I think he just gave you like an animation. Rough.
I think
I like the last one I saw. As far as I remember. Anyway.
He might have given me. Let me see.
Yeah, this is. It's for Raj says. Crimson says, for an asexual guy, you give the most horny energy.
I have my own tastes.
Yeah, asexuals can be horny.
Yes. Just for different things.
Yeah. Asexual is a big spectrum, like Hyena Blood said.
Okay, there's that, and then do I have the colors? I thought he sent me a version with colors at some point.
It's probably if you did, it's lost in my DMs somewhere.
Okay, I found it.
Someone asked, will it be more not safe for work with him?
Potentially. I don't know yet. I'm
think-
still going back and forth on how I want to go about it.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Oh. Where's Fox? So we have.
What you got for us?
Let's see. So we have an early whip of the title screen for the next. There we go. That one's not ginormous.
Yay.
Here's Atticus and Lucius on the train together.
Mm-hmm. This one will also be animated.
Yes, which I do have a little bit of a whip. So there's that, and where's it?
Someone asked, is this VN also safe for work?
To be determined.
Yeah, TBD.
There we go, and then let's see if this works. There you go. So that's the whip right now of the title screen.
Hey, there it is. It looks so good.
Yeah.
I love when he starts talking.
Agreed.
It's so cute.
The working title is under contract. I haven't decided yet if that's what I'm gonna stick with, but who knows? We're still like a year and a half out before it's probably gonna have its first build out. But I thought for the anniversary that'd be a fun thing to tease. Maybe next anniversary we'll talk about the dev process for that too.
Someone asked, is this a different universe from RTF? Yeah, this is unrelated to RTF.
Yes, this is unrelated RTF. But yeah, about 2 hours in, I think we had a pretty successful anniversary stream.
Yeah, had fun.
I really appreciate all of y'all for coming out and for always supporting our endeavors.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the support. Any kind of support helps keep this project funded. Helps keep us going.
It helps financially and emotionally.
Yeah, and shout out. I don't know how many people are in here that are like from the China fan base, but if for any Chinese fans out there, thank you so much again for keeping RTF in your interests, helping with the Aftian. It's all been very helpful.
My voice is about shot. I'm tired.
That's okay. It's okay.
As I said, my energy is pretty low. I think that's about it. Like,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming. Do you have anything else to
Yeah.
say?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Same.
Thank you all for joining us.
And we'll catch you on the flip side. Expect the next public build to come out in about a week or so. I
Yes.
hope you all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.